This is VRoc. 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 Chops. This is VRoc. Chops.
All right, welcome back, Chop Nation. We back with another one. We got another special guest, and it's for our kickoff to this new segment we're gonna do on Wednesday, WCW, not the Women Chop Wednesday,
What?
but my bad. It is Women Chop Women, not
Bruh.
Women Crush Wednesday, but Women Chop Wednesday, and we're gonna kick this thing out with Miss Asia Denton, all the way from the Detroit, Michigan.
Y'all be tearing my name up.
I said Denson.
Why you always lying?
You said Denton with a T.
Oh, my bad. I said it Denson. My bad. I thought I said that the first time. It's all good. But Miss Asia Denson. I'll make sure we get that right. So, go ahead, Cash. How you doing?
This is VRoc.
I'm
Chops.
good, man. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate you, accepting the invite and coming on. So let's jump right on in. We're gonna dive right in.
This is
Start
VRoc.
off,
Chops.
what high school did you attend? And if you attended college, for the people that don't know, what college did you attend?
I attended the Martin Luther King Jr. Senior High School in Detroit. I'm a King Crusader.
Okay.
And for college, I went to the best school in the world, Jackson State University.
Stop. Okay. Hey, always remember that's the end of this interview. Remember the chops don't stop. You know what I'm saying? See y'all next time. I'm just playing, No, I'm just joking. So you went to old Jackson State University. Look, I can't complain too much. Y'all been on here kind of strong.
See?
All right. So, what is your favorite drum rudiment, and why you consider it to be your favorite?
Whew. Probably sixes.
Okay.
Because we put them in a lot of solos. Yeah, they still do. Probably sixes.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of solos. Cool. That's what's up. I like sixes too. All right. So, for you being in this male dominant section, traditionally male dominant section, and we're gonna touch on it a little bit more. When was that moment for you that you knew that, hey, I want to play these drums?
Well, I've been playing since sixth grade. So in middle school, I played bass drum, and then I switched to tenor drum in high school, and then at Jackson State. I don't know why. I just always did. Because my sister, she dog team at Jackson State, and so it's like we always did boy stuff. We were like really tomboys growing up.
Yeah.
I just remember. I don't know. I just knew I wanted to play. Like I seen it, I was like, that's kind of cool, and like I tried and I did it and I liked it.
Okay. Respect. So, what is one of your most favorite drum memories or moments from playing drums, like that you can just think about that come to your mind right off the top?
All right, off top would have to be my crab year, homecoming week, which is a very brutal week. Well, post brutal used to be, I guess. And I'll never forget, it was raining and like all the old heads was like outside, like running through all the cadence. Like they was when Stacy lost one, lost two, and it was like pouring down rain and when nobody this for me because they love this shit. This I gotta do this. So
Okay.
that was my moment.
Okay. Cool. So, what is one of your biggest takeaways from that you can apply? You know, that you apply in life and just just consistently throughout your everyday living that you can take that you did because of drums.
For sure, working together. Like if you work together, be it in business or personal, everything gonna flow smooth. So definitely, I learned how to work together while I was in the section and outside the section.
Okay. Cool, cool. So let's start at the beginning. So you say you started in sixth grade, and we'll shoot ahead a little bit to high school. You went to Martin Luther King Junior Senior High School, and I learned when I was in school, you must say Junior Senior High School. That is very important in y'all name, not just Martin Luther King High, Martin Luther King Junior Senior High School. So I get it. But what made you choose? I don't know the area, what's closed, what's not. But what made you choose MLK for your school?
Well, at first I went to Cass. That's like one of our big rivals here. I went there
All
for
right.
like a semester,
Mhm.
and I was like, being that I was a tomboy and I played drums, I was cool with a lot of guys. So because of that, I was getting like into fights with a lot of the. Can we cuss on here?
No, 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 no. Oh, no. No, 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 no.
I mean, I try to keep it at a limit because I can crash it out, but it's all good.
A couple might slip out. Well, so I was getting into a lot of trouble with a lot of ungodly women, so to speak. So
Okay.
I was like, I'm about to transfer. So then I transferred to King, which was actually the best thing ever. And plus my sister went there, and a lot of people from Jackson State went to King,
Mhm.
went to King and went to Jackson State. So that's kind of like how I ended up at King. But actually, it was the best thing ever.
Okay. So ninth grade. Did you start in ninth grade at King or
Yeah, I started the spring semester.
okay, spring.
King
All right,
ninth
let's talk about your ninth grade year. Like, how did it all start for you? Like, as far as like, you playing and uh, what went into your process of getting into because you said you just switched up to tenor there, but was King downright or upright?
King was upright.
Okay,
We
so
was
yeah, let's talk about that transition from leaving Cass, going to King, and then moving to upright, and you got kind of those inspirational people that played a part in that process and motivating you throughout high school and all that stuff. So, can you touch on those?
Well, transferring it was pretty cool, like especially for academics, because when I went to King, I was going for like King is broke up into you have CISC, MSAT, which is like math, science, applied technology. CISC is communication international, something like business, and then you have like just regular King. So I was in the CISC portion, so it was kind of cool. Like I don't really think it was a big transition other than the band part, maybe
Mhm.
because our band director, Mr. Barry Greer, he went to Jack State. He's WT Crab of like 80 something, but he played Z's. So like everything at King was Jackson State. So
Mhm.
like being that I went down to Jackson State in middle school, my middle school band, we went down there and did the high school parade. And that was the first time I got to see them in person. And I was like, oh, I'm coming here. That was a wrap. And
Got
then when my sister was down there, we would go down there and visit her. So I was able to see the band and stuff up close more too. So it was like, I found out my band director went there and he was taking us down there for like the annual college trip. We would hit Kentucky State, Tennessee State, and
Mhm.
Jackson State. And with me seeing the other schools, I'm like, psh, I'm going to JSU, and
Right.
that was that. So it
Okay.
wasn't really a big transition. Maybe band practice was still the same because back then, like bands in Detroit was like the thing to do, so everybody practiced about the same. I just wanted to be the best that I could possibly be, and then when I got to Jack State, I realized I really wanted because it's so much, better people than you when you get there, even coming in under your crab class. So it was like, if this what I'm gonna do, I gotta go hard. I couldn't quit. I'm from Detroit, so I can't quit. We got a good rep down here, so I can't embarrass my city. I
Right.
can't embarrass my sister. So that it just kind of worked out like that. But I don't have no I crab all over again. My crab year was hell, but it was fun at the
Okay.
same
This is VRoc Chops.
What year did you go into Jackson?
time.
I just
2001.
did. Oh, 01. Okay. Oh yeah, you went in.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm old.
Oh yeah, you went in when y'all was taking them good old beatings from Tennessee State University. The Tennessee State
No,
University.
never.
Huh?
Never. If you talking about in football, okay,
No,
but
no, no, no. I was talking about Ben. You probably hear the school. I said Tennessee State University.
I heard you loud and clear. That was enough.
Oh, okay. You don't remember those. Okay. Well, that was your freshman
And
year. You probably don't
it
remember.
wasn't nothing to remember. Nothing to remember because they was
It's
That
all
great.
good. It's all good. Cool. So, so who played a bigger role like that inspiration for you while you was in high school to kind of motivate you? Were you ever the section leader during your stint in high school or
If I was, I really don't remember
no?
because my 20-year high school reunion is this summer, so that was a
Yeah,
long time ago.
yeah. Okay. But do you remember those mentors or people that kind of took you under their wing to kind of help mold you, or do you have anyone that you?
Oh yeah, my band director, Mr. Greer, like for sure. He was on us about school. Like, look, don't just play around with this band stuff. Like, this can really get you into college because everybody can't throw a ball or catch a ball. So this is another way for y'all to be able to go to school. Plus, I had academics too, so it
Yeah.
worked out.
Especially when the Cavs. I know, the little bit I do know about up there. I know Cavs is one of those prestigious academic schools, and I know with the band, you
Yeah,
have to have a certain
we big
GPA.
on
Okay,
academics. Like,
cool.
so in Detroit, you got three schools that you have to take a test to get into. So that's Cass, King, and Renaissance.
Mhm.
So like those are like three top academic schools in the city.
Cool, cool. That's what's up. Shout out to Cavs taking MLK and Renaissance. I think that's what you said.
Yeah, they are
Cool.
right.
Yeah,
But
all
go.
right. I know you don't care about it, but it's all good. I got you. I got you. So let's talk about that transition. Of course, like I said, you kind of touched on it. Being exposed to Jackson and a lot of people, the influences of alumni coming back to King and you see them and you hear them talking about Jackson and how much fun or whatever. It's just a big influence because it's there. You see it so much.
Mhm.
What other um things took place to kind of help you transition into going into Jackson? Were there any other influences outside of just your band director being there, your sister going there, you seeing them? Like, did you give any other school opportunity to be like, okay, that's a possibility, or was it just
Band wise, no. Academic wise, I almost went to Emory Riddle. It's a aeronautical school in I think it's in Arizona. So I almost went there. And then Jackson State, like it was I didn't want to go nowhere and had no regrets. My thing was like I can always go to Jackson State, do WT or whatever, and transfer if I'm still feeling the same way about this other school. But once I got there, it was a wrap.
okay? Cool. Uh, so are you kind of like Darius was like when he was coming up? Like from the time I met him, sixth grade, he only had one school to go to. So I get it. So cool. So you kind of went into your how many years did you march at Jackson?
2001 to spring '04, so 3 years.
3 years. Cool. So let's talk about a little bit about that time in Jackson. Like and I know you said your freshman year was dope, but what was besides that? What was one of those standout moments? Just other than seeing the section, having the bump section, in the rain, like just throughout your years at Jackson. What are those big moments for you that you can recall?
After I transitioned into not being a crab anymore, I what was one of my big ones? I would say we was kicking solo in the band room, and like I had been really practicing in my solos together, and my solo was good because Zoe, rest in peace, Zoe, it's my big bro. He looked back was like Wheezy, cause they called me Wheezy because I had asthma. So
Fun fact.
it looked back like Wheezy. I was like, yeah, that was me. That was me. Like I was hyped. So that was probably one of my good moments. Like, all right, cool. So I just gotta keep practicing.
Okay, so give me a story or two from your stint at Jackson that you don't mind sharing with us that is kind of that's one was good for you or just in general. I know you touched on your solo or your freshman year, but give me one. I know y'all got you got some down there. You kind of in that vote right now. Come on, get them all out of there.
I gotta think about it. That was one with my solo. Two was when they let me march in the front, like
Mm,
doing practice, because that's serious. Like you gotta march in the front. So they let me do that a couple times. And then this is after I graduated, like alumni band, like the first year.
mm.
I think I got to march in the front. So that was, that's everything. So I was like, all right, I'm doing something right. And what were some other good memories? Just like kicking skits, like when I was a crab, like as I look back on it, I hated it, but it was fun. Like my crab class, like we're really, really tight. We still all friends to this day. Like WT is my brothers and my sisters. Like they love me to death. I love them to death. If I'm in the city where everyone in them met, it's like we just picked up where we left off. So did you go to Farley?
No, of course not.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. I thought all Memphis
God,
people.
that's almost disrespectful.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Let's go.
It's in my blood, it's in my veins. All I bleed is black and gold, won't never change. I go hard for my hood, I wear the name. I'ma rep it till I'm gone, won't never change. You know it's Haven forever.
I'm sorry, all people went there, but my crab brother Rat, he went there.
Mario.
I got put on to a lot of Memphis stuff, like the music, like Hella Project Pat, 3-6 Mafia, Player Fly, like they was listening to all that, and then that's how I started listening to it. So one thing I can say about going to Jackson State, I got to learn different cultures, like different cities. I'm coming from like the big city Detroit, and then I'm coming down to the South where it's kind of more mellow and laid back. So it was definitely a big transition. But I like Memphis over Jackson any day. Jackson just too slow. Memphis cool, like y'all.
I appreciate that. We appreciate that. Yeah, I know Mario. He's a legend in the city. Him and his cousin Paul and Travis, and it's a bunch of them. Like Lil Don, I know a bunch of them. So
yeah, they whole little crew.
That did some work, man. Had quite a few further guys to go to Jackson. So
I my bad. I thought you went there because everybody I met from Memphis went there. So I thought that was the school to be at.
You know it's Haven forever. It's in my veins. You know it's Haven forever. Yeah, it ain't gon' change.
This is VRoc Chops.
I know the school to be at is Whitehaven High School in Memphis, Tennessee. That's the school to be at. That's the school. That's them the dogs right there. We run the city. You know what I'm saying? We've been running the city.
I'm gonna go Rat School because he's my brother. So
go ahead, go with him. And look, everybody make bad decisions. You went to Jackson, he went to Jackson, he was the fair. We all make mistakes, but when it comes down to it, it's all good. You go where your heart is.
Wait, where did you go? You must have went to Tissue State.
Excuse me. Say that one more time.
You went to Tissue State, TSU?
No, your camera.
I'm gonna push my glasses so you can hear me.
Help me! Help me!
Some kind of we have a signal shift. Tennessee State?
No, you went to Tissue State in a good old box of Kleenex.
I'm gonna let you have it because this is your moment. I'm gonna let you have it, but I'm gonna do something in this video. You know what I'm saying? Just know that something gonna happen.
I'm recording on my side, so in case you want to snip something out.
It's all good. It's all good. No, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? It's all love, man. That's what we're about. Having fun and cracking jokes, but it's all love in the end. Cool. So, I kind of like I say, I'm observing and I watch and I see a lot of different things, and I see that like I say, you a percussion player, which is a male dominant industry, so to say. Mm-hmm. But I also see that you have your construction thing, which is another male dominant thing, and I see like the timeline come up when you posting things. I see that you're doing really big things in your construction field. So can you elaborate on that? I see a lot of accomplishments that you get and recognition in a male dominant world once again. So can you
well, yeah, for sure. Well, I come from a construction family, so my granddad, he was a big carpenter in Georgia and Alabama. My dad's a brick mason. My brother's a brick mason. So it's kind of like nobody was surprised. It's just like I just took it and went to a different level with it. So in Michigan, I'm a licensed contractor. I do fix and flips, turnkey deals. I wholesale properties and I do rehab for like clients mainly out the state and out of the country. I'm starting to do more in the city clients like homeowners, which is kind of different than doing for an investor because I'm used to a property just being vacant and I can just go in there and do my thing. So it's a little different when you got to kind of work around a homeowner.
Right.
I love what I do. I've been in business 10 years. I was 10 years December 10th of 2020. My
Congratulations.
family has been extremely supportive. Like when I told them what I wanted to do from day one, they was like, "All right, you gonna do this, or we ain't gonna hear about it no more." That's just how my family is. Cause you know how people talk, but they don't do. And my family the opposite. If you gonna talk, we gonna hold you accountable to it, or shut up, and we
Right.
ain't gonna talk about this no more. So I'm
Right.
like, all right, let me get my stuff together. So yeah, that's basically what I do. I love construction, it's my passion. I can wear my WT hoodie, to work every day if I choose to. I ain't gotta dress up.
Right.
So it's awesome and it pays very, very well.
Okay, yeah, that's number one. For the young ladies that we might have watching, that plays drums and they seeing you as an example to be, what I'm saying, not just in it just to be a part, but actually contributing to the craft and even taking it outside, and doing like you're saying construction and all that stuff, which is male, quote
It
unquote.
is.
What kind of advice would you give them to motivate them to pursue this field and let them know you can still be the lady and still have what I'm saying, the desire to do these what people think masculine things are? What kind of
Um,
motivation?
the first thing I would tell them is, you don't have to go to college to do what I do. Like I went to Jack State for engineering. So like, if this my thing was if this didn't work, I always got a degree to fall back on.
Right.
You can just go get a certification and go to a trade school and be in way less student loan debt, and
Yeah.
then go out into the field. Like depending on what state you in, plumbers, carpenters start off at $25, $30 an hour. So that's pretty damn good money.
Right.
Now I don't know if I don't think it's a wage discrepancy as far as you're a male or a female. I'm not sure. But I mean, it's definitely a very good lucrative field. They're going to always need tradesmen and tradeswomen, like, because carpentry and plumbing and electrical and heating and cooling ain't going nowhere. Like, nowhere. And like the prices that you can charge, like, and then you can eventually go off into do your own thing, get licensed, become your own company, and now you get even more money. Or you can just work on the federal or the state level or the local level because it's different wages. But I tell women like go for it because they always need us. Like they always gonna need tradespeople. And like I read an article a couple of days ago how women were the top people who were unemployed at the end of 2020. And it's like some of y'all might want to start looking into these male fields and not just the typical female role of a secretary or call center or stuff like that. I mean, those jobs are great, but these jobs are even greater. Like you gonna get dirty. You might get cussed out, but as long as you can snap back at them and do what you're supposed to do, you're gonna be straight. Kind of just like being in the section.
Yeah. You're right. Exactly. It's pretty much
Yeah.
the same. So I guess in context, playing drums with women, it get you tougher and make you ready for that type of life. So
Yeah,
cool.
it make you ready for the world.
Of the world, Craig. Not just the city, the world.
Cause like
Yeah.
when I was in the band, it was just let me see, it was me, Kamisha, Deborah, Cassie, Keisha, and twins. So that's what 6 girls out of a 40-piece drum section.
Yeah.
So like on the plus side is great because I got my brothers, like they got my back. But on the downside is like when it came to dating, oh, you can't talk to nobody. He ain't this, he ain't that, but they could date and do what they want to do. So
Right.
it's like,
Double standard.
it was a double standard, but then my
Take care of
brothers,
the girls.
yeah, they protected us. I give them like they, I ain't have to worry about nothing.
Right. I think the most young ladies that I've ever marched with, period, even high school and college. I think Tennessee State was just two during my time in the band, and in
Mhm.
high school I think I want to say three at the most. I think that was my senior year. So, and they all played cymbals. Well, no, let me take that back. I forgot my big sister Mia. She played tenor too. She was cold too.
Mhm.
Shout out to Mia Icebox. She graduated from Whitehaven in '03. But
In high school, let me see, it was me, Kyrisha, Jennifer, Rose. I think it was about 5 or 6 of us too in high school.
yeah, see, I have it's a yeah. Detroit, I think up north, a lot of girls play a little bit more than down south for some reason. I think I'm not on Barbie just like that's 100% accurate, but like even when we did the battle with Oak Park at Whitehaven, they had an all girl symbol section. You know what I'm saying? So that
Yeah.
was, I think it was 4.
I ain't been to no band stuff in Detroit in so long.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah, I got you. So yeah, it's cool. So cool, Asia. I'm trying to get more out of you. I'm trying to
You
get
gotta
more.
ask me something. What you want to know? Like, I mean,
Let's see. So I don't because certain stuff I don't want to put out there because that's kind of
exactly
classified.
because disclaimer: Warren Thunder percussion section is a non-hazing percussion section.
Right, all right, all right.
Yeah, I believe you.
You gonna learn today.
I believe you.
Yes,
So
sir.
let's see. I'm gonna fix this so you ain't gotta worry about it. It'll snap into.
Or you can leave it because it's just like we just having a conversation.
We need to move Lonzo.
That ain't no problem.
Huh?
That ain't no problem.
It's
Don't
up
matter
to
to
you.
me.
It's up to you. It's up to you. What do I want to know? What else do I want to know? What was the worst moment? How about that? What was one of your worst moments playing?
Oh my God! When I was marching, this was sophomore year. We was marching to the Dust Bowl. That's the old field, and I marched into a fire ant bed.
Oh man.
So I'm like, damn, my legs burning. Then I started hitting. I took my drum off, and I just started seeing ants just. Whoosh. So they got them off me or whatever, poured water on me, was like kind of drown them and kill them. I had to go to the hospital. I couldn't march for like 2 weeks.
For
My
real?
foot was like this big. I only could wear my Nike slides. Yeah, that was a rough year. Then I had an asthma attack that year. I had got bit by a spider on my thigh that year. Like that sophomore year was.
Good God.
Yeah, my mom got to be like, "Hey, you gonna have to come home,"
It was a little
and
too
have
much.
her up, right, got her up here worried my whole family. Like that was crazy. That was a crazy year. Like, but that and bed, yeah, that was horrible. Cause you don't know, cause ain't no lights on it. The lights wasn't on the field yet, and when we playing, we not looking down, we looking ahead.
Right.
I marched, and I can't see down anyway because I got a drum in the way. So I
Right.
marched right into an ant bed, and that was when them Prestos first came out, the Presto Nikes. We were soft shoes, so they got holes in them, so they just came on up in there and all up in my ankle, and just had a good old time.
So you were standing in it for a while.
No, I marched into it. So apparently, when I stepped into it and marched out of it, enough. It was a big ant hill, like a big.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
Good times. Good
That
times.
wasn't cool, but let's talk about one of those. I know your Alcorn's y'all biggest game. What was one of your what was your favorite game? I know Alcorn's a big game for y'all, but what was one of your favorite games and why?
One of my favorite games always gonna be Punk Ass. Always. After them, it's probably gonna be Pine Bluff. Cause I kind of like playing what's Pine Bluff station called? Crank. I like playing them because they tenors was the only one that kind of challenged us when I was marching.
Okay.
Southern tenors would challenge us. Everybody else, it was just
really. What about Texas Southern? Valley, Texas.
Not then.
Oh.
Texas Southern tenors probably started challenging to like 04, 05 maybe.
Okay, so so what you telling me is if I'm accurate, no tenor section gave y'all the business while you was in college.
Nobody gave us the business, but the only ones who stepped up to us and attempted was we Crank. Tennessee would try to challenge us, but y'all downright, we upright, so that was a little different. But that was still a piss poor try anyway.
What?
Excuse me, hold on. I disagree, 100%.
Agree to disagree, but the facts are what they are.
Like I say, 01, y'all were getting ran all up across that stadium.
Never. Not WT ever. No.
That's not true.
No, it was WT. It wasn't nobody else.
Nope, not us. Must have been somebody else. Nope.
Why you always lying?
At WT, Jack State University.
It don't matter who we are. That's not who was getting ran through. That's a definite lie.
Y'all had the alternate team.
What no alternates then? Either you didn't.
Oh Lord.
They have alternates now. Yeah, they have alternates. I think they started getting alternates after I left.
Oh, okay. Y'all now listen. I'm gonna give y'all props, man. Y'all have been very influential
You understand what I'm saying?
in the marching game.
We are. Ain't nobody Jackson State tenors to this day. Nobody. Everybody want to be like us from our form, from our solos, from our cadences. Everybody want to be WT, and it's okay, but only so many can be.
Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
No, it's not. That's not true.
Correct.
It's not true. I'm a gracious host. I don't try to go too hard. I do, but I don't.
But you're not today. Not today.
I'm not gonna do it. It's your day. You know what I'm saying? It's your day.
It's WTs all day. When you post this, don't edit nothing.
Just for you. I'm gonna leave everything in here. I'm gonna leave it all in here. And I might add something right up in this area right here just for you.
Why you always lying?
Make sure you send me the link so I can tell all the WT to flood the comments.
Please do. And listen, when y'all flood, make sure you hit that button on your right that says subscribe. Click that first, then flood away. We'll have a flood party.
All right, for sure. I got you.
Yes. So listen, I appreciate you. And you know what? I'm gonna definitely have you back on as we time progresses and we get to know each other. I'm gonna definitely have you back on and bring you on for some more insight. And so I'll probably do like a young lady panel so that we can discuss and talk and just put out some motivational type stuff to help the next generation. So that's what this is mainly for, help this next generation of young.
And we need more females in the sections, man, because it kind of helped balance it out a little bit. Because we would cook and stuff for the section, like we ain't care because they're my brothers, so we would cook, look out for them, make sure they straight. At least when I was marching.
Oh wow, that's different. I never heard that before. Okay.
Oh, see, that's because you ain't WT. That's how we get down. Like I would cook at my house, Keisha would cook at her house. I'm like, hey, y'all come up. We'd bring all the food up to practice. Like it was fun. Like we was a big family.
Let me ask you this: why do you think there are not a lot of women in the percussion field? Why do you think that's?
I think either they just fear because they probably don't heard horror stories, which may or may not be true. Who am I to judge? But I think it's fear. I think they know they got put on work. And that's one time with you being a girl don't matter. Like I ain't know when I put that drum on, I ain't no girl. I'm part of the section. Ain't no Me Too stuff. Ain't no feminist stuff. Like I'm a girl, and you got to pick up them drums just like anybody else. You got to play just like anybody else. You have to be as good as or better than the men in your section. And it's like it ain't no pussyfoot. Ain't none of that.
That's what I tell my young ladies. When you play that drum, you're not a girl no more. You're a boy.
Ain't no girl push-ups. I gotta do push-ups like them. I gotta run like them. Like I came into their field trying to play. It ain't like they came into mine trying to play. Just like construction, the same way. I came into this male industry trying to play ball. So I gotta adapt. I'm still a woman, and being a woman kind of helps because like we can help with the ego thing and like to solve issues or whatever, like arguments and fights. So that's a good thing. So that kind of gives you your equal feminine male balance. But at the end of the day, I really think that's why. I think it's a fear.
Okay. That makes sense. All right, well.
You can't be no girly girl.
Nah, you can't.
You can't. Hair like this. Like I used to march with straight braids.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Miss Asia, I ain't gonna hold you, and I do appreciate your time. We're gonna definitely do this again.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. So listen, Chop Nation, until next time, always remember, the chops don't stop. Y'all have a good one.
This is VRoc Chops.